In order for us to feel pain, a signal must first get to the brain. Let's say your arm is the part of your body that hurts. At the end of all of our nerves are receptors. Thousands of these receptors are in our skin. The receptors detect when there are changes in or around the skin, and these changes can be caused by many things, for example, by touching something hot, pricking ourselves with a pin, or something hitting us hard. When a change is detected, the receptors start to send a signal along the nerve towards the spinal cord. When the signal reaches a spinal cord, it goes to an area called the dorsal horn. Here, the first nerve that sent the signal ends, and a second nerve begins. The first nerve passes the signal to the second nerve, and the signal continues along the nerve in the spinal cord and up to the brain. This all happens extremely quickly, but until the signal reaches the brain and the brain makes sense of it, we don't feel any pain. When the signal reaches the brain, it goes to many parts of the brain. The brain then starts to make sense of the signal and what changes have taken place in the body. The brain detects what part of the body the signal is coming from. It may form a mental picture of this part of the body, in this case, your arm. It asks itself questions such as,
have I felt this before?
And,
what will this affect?
And,
do I need to do something about it, or can I ignore it?
our past experiences, current thoughts, beliefs, and mood will affect how the brain answers these questions. These questions aren't conscious and we don't realise they're happening. It's all part of the brain making sense of what was happening in another part of the body. Before you know it, many different parts of the brain are answering these questions and firing off together. If the answers are something such as,
yes, this has been experienced before,
and
something needs to be done,
then the brain sends out a pain signal. You feel pain, and you decide what to do to help reduce the pain and to remove yourself from danger. This system is there to protect us, and so our brains are hardwired to take notice of these signals, and will do so even when the pain is chronic. So when we have chronic pain, the signals are there, our brain notices them, and we feel pain, but nothing dangerous or damaging is happening. You may have noticed that your pain can vary in intensity depending on where you are and how you feel. This is because things other than the amount of damage present change the amount of signal that reaches our brain and therefore the amount of pain we feel. As well as signals being sent upwards from the body to the brain, signals are also sent downwards from the brain to the body. It's these downward signals that increase or decrease the intensity of the upward signals. Imagine there is a gate in the dorsal horn. The downward signals work by opening or closing the gate and therefore controlling the amount of upward signals that pass through and up to the brain. Some people think of it like turning the volume of the upward signal up or down. There are many things that affect how much the downward signals increase or decrease the upward signals. This has a lot to do with things such as our past experiences of pain, our beliefs about pain, where we are at the time we're experiencing pain, and our emotions at that time. For example, when we're tired or fed up, our pain can feel worse than on a day when we're feeling okay. This doesn't mean that pain is in the mind or psychological. Pain research has discovered that the normal processing of any pain for anyone involves physical and psychological factors. So thoughts and emotions affect how much pain we experience, but they are not the cause of our pain.